Whew, it's Monday, y'all, and this is a spectacular day. There's not one cloud in the sky. Temp right now is 72 is what it said in the truck, but I think it's warmer than that. And we're gonna do some gardening, so let's go. First up, I've got a little Privet Senna coming up here by my fire pit, so I'm gonna pluck that out and pot it up. And over here behind my little potted sweet bay magnolia that has the blooming Rudbeckia hirta, there is a sweet little Corkystem passion vine coming up. So I'm going to dig that up, pot it up too. The Privet Senna is going into sell it one day to the nectary pot. And the Corkystem is going into one of my scrappy little cheap pots. You know, it's funny how many things do come up just in and around my patio, particularly between the patio stones, like the Virginia pepperweed, which is staying because it's a host plant. Lots of tropical sage. I'll literally just grab this as close to the base as I can and pull it out. And in it goes. That was easy. Same over here. Oh, look, it's got its little corky stem. How cute. Let me go down some. Make sure. Yep, got some roots. And I'll put this one up here where I have all kinds of things growing right outside my patio door. And this one will go back to my workspace. Look, there's the zinnia blooming. Oh, look, and the other little one opened. How adorable. And nothing's eaten them. Oh, look, and that one's about to bloom, and that one's about to bloom. And look back here at my Aristolochia elegans. It's almost like I know this sounds terrible, but I'm kind of glad the eggs I collected were not fertilized, because it's going to give this a chance to grow. Look, it's starting to wrap around. And this one in the middle here, the leaves are getting bigger and it's starting to put out a taller tendril that'll go wrap around. So this is fabulous. And also the butterfly peas that I put in back here that I moved seem to be unfazed by the move. And look, this one's getting ready to flower. Is that not fabulous? And this one's putting on new growth. I love it. Even this one that I really had to trim back is putting out more growth. So I think they're going to be just fine here. The seed pod looks about ready to pop too. Let's just pop it and let it drop. this cowpea right here is doing fabulous. I'm guessing it just doesn't go dormant because it is showing no signs of wanting to be dormant, and it's got seed pods too, and it's still flowering. I think it does a flower, like I don't think the flowers last very long, but here's a flower, look. Little yellow flowers, so cute. And you know, this plant is called the Hairypod Cowpea. It's not like talked about a lot that I see, and it's a host to 4 fabulous Florida butterflies: the Durante skipper, the long-tailed skipper, the gray hair streak, and the Cassius blue. So if you don't have a cowpea, go get one. And they do really great on these obelisk trellises, except how I did mine is I put the little shelf thing in and set the potted one, and that way I get it going up and working its way top to bottom. It grows very vigorously, but if you have it like lower, then it'll go over the side and like spread everywhere, because I had cowpea planted back in that area and it is spreading everywhere. Let me show you. Look, here it is right down here. And this is all coming from back there where it was. So if you want it everywhere, great, you know, put it in the ground. But if you want to be able to control it, look, it's coming up over this little trellis here. If you want to be able to control it, then pot it up high in like an obelisk trellis, and then you can just keep it from getting down to the ground where it'll spread. Just keep trimming it up. So I love it. Get one today. Or ask me for seeds. Look at all these seed pods I have. I haven't grown it from seed. I should probably, I wonder if these are seed pods. You have to wait till they actually open till the seeds are good. Well, you know what? There's tons of pods. Let me take some in. Let's go start some seeds. Do not look at the dirtiness of my hand as a gardening channel. That's just how it is. There's one little seed. Sometimes I pop seeds too early. They don't germinate. All right, let me go get one of my little pop-up seed trays that I have. All right, for these guys, I'm just putting in some potting soil. I am not gonna do the little layer of seed starter. What I notice about the seed starter, I always forget to do, is that I need to get it wet, because it's like one of those materials that water runs off of unless it's like soaked it up. And so if I don't have it wet before, I only had 8. Oh gosh. What can we put down here? Oh, look, here's some, what does that say? Cactus flowered zinnias. We'll just do some of those down that last row. I'll label them. And under the grow lights we go. Look how this starry rosinweed has taken off since I put it in a bigger pot. It's like, watch me do my thing. while we're working with seeds and seedlings, I have some Asclepias incarnata, swamp milkweed, out here that's all coming up together in one pot, and I need to split the little seedlings out. I'm just going to show you real quick how I do one, and then I'll finish the rest of them. Here they are now. Some of these little babies are tropical sage, of course, but there's a good number of little tropical. Did you hear that? Swamp milkweed. There's a good bunch of little swamp milkweeds in there. Since I up-potted my pentas, I have a bunch of these now I can use. This little group right here on this side, I'll get them all out together. And then I'll just very carefully separate out one at a time. I'll lay the other ones down there and pot them up. And then they'll stay in here under the grow lights because I don't want anything to eat them. Look how cute. So I've got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 little swamp milkweed seedlings. I love it. I love it. I love it. So I've been keeping my eye on the weather, and tomorrow night we're supposed to get that cold blast. I keep checking my weather app, and every time I look, our low gets lower and lower. Well, now our low is 33, and we live on the outside of town, and that 33 is for the center of town, which is warmer, which means I'm probably going to get a freeze. This does not make me happy. That's what's hard about living in Florida, because you have these beautiful days in the high 70s, low 80s, and then boom, this one front will come through, and you literally have one night that can prove to be disaster for your garden. Fortunately, I have a lot of natives, and natives are supposed to tolerate these things, but I'm probably gonna have to cover some plants tomorrow. I'm thinking I'll cover my, well, not thinking, definitely. I'll keep checking, like it could change, but I'll cover my little baby pentas. And all those little seedlings in the garden room, I'll either cover or I'll just move them inside. I'll probably move in any potted pentas I have, and the pentas in the ground. The pentas in the ground, years past, I've covered them, but what I did is I cut them down like way low, and then laid the blanket, which is a heat protection blanket, over them, and then they grew back just fine. So I don't want to do that because they're gorgeous, but I also know covering them at this height, you know what though, I could just probably take them off their little stake and just kind of fold them down and put the blanket over them. It's just one night, literally one night. Oh my gosh, that drives me crazy. Sometimes I think I wish I lived just a little bit further south where we just didn't have freezing temperatures. That'd be lovely. But I'm not moving. I love my garden. I love my house. And I'm not moving. All right, well, I'm going to think about all that tomorrow. I have during the day tomorrow to prep for that. And then we'll see what happens Wednesday morning. I'm just on the outside of the fence, and right here where you see all this dirt is where I had those clumps of border grass. And so I just went and set them along the back side of the garden bed. I didn't dig them down in, I just set them along there. And we'll just leave them there and see what they do. The queen is over there. There's two queens. The other one just flew off. I kind of like the way it looks filled in and complete across the back line there with that row of border grass. And it'll probably just be fine there. It'll just grow roots down. There are so many Mexican sunflower blooms now. I love it. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm so glad I just randomly did that. You see the breezes are definitely picking up as that front is going to be blowing through. Hey everyone, it is Tuesday. It's just early afternoon and it's 55 degrees and I'm cold and I don't like it. I just came out with the dogs real quick. I've been staying inside and I just wanted to pop in. I am going to get this video up tonight and let you know that I probably am going to cover my baby pentas. But probably not much else because last I looked, our low was like higher. They had it as like 38, 37, and out where I am, 33. Isn't that crazy? It's like 1 degree. It makes the difference of freeze or not. I mean, when you think about that, it's crazy, isn't it? I think everything will be okay. Maybe my porterweeds might take a hit, but usually it'll come back. So we'll see. You'll find out in the next video how we fared. And I'm just so grateful to have a bunch of Florida native plants that should be just fine. And I love that. So go native, plant native with just a few little extras like red pentas. Okay, so stay warm, everyone, and I will see you soon. Bye, everyone.